skeletons, think my skeletons melting. Wicked, I get all high when I think I smell the same.
Overall, it was not a good movie. It was just not a very good movie, and I wanted to see it just because I'm a huge Venom fan, and I thought the last one was just so stupidly funny, and this one it was like promising. Like Andy Serkis was directing it, and I thought that had some promise to it, but then it didn't. Yeah. So I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. I don't know. Really, it was a pretty terrible plot, but I still found myself enjoying it. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So, I want to talk about Carnage, right? Now, I hated Carnage in this movie. It was just, like, such a letdown. Like, I was really excited to see Carnage, and just, like, everything, like, about him just, like, was so, like, just disappointing. I did not feel like that was Carnage at all. Like, it was just kind of weird, like, Woody Harrelson's performance for him was, like, I kind of understood what he was going for, but, like, he didn't really seem, like, psychotic enough. He just kind of felt like an entire dork. Like, he's just kind of walking around, like, moving his arms around. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what is this haircut going on? I don't know. And don't get me started with Shriek. I hate that. Like, oh my gosh, that character just as an entirely, like, just, it was so badly done. Badly done? I don't even know. It was really sad. Shriek is like a side character, like a love interest for Carnage, which just set the entire thing off. Like, Carnage is scary because he's like, it's a serial killer mixed with a serial killing, like, symbiote. So that would be, like, super terrifying, right? But then you, like, put a love interest in it and end up, like, causing conflict between them. And it was just, like, so weird. It was really bad. It was just really bad. I did like Carnage's voice, though. I don't really know, like, that's, like, the one good thing I can say about it. When Carnage was talking, I'm like, oh, okay, I mean, I could maybe get behind this voice. And that's literally, like, the only thing good about Carnage. Everything else was just so bad. Also, Cletus Cassidy, he's a serial killer, so why is he, like, you would think that after being in jail for how many years, right, he would want to, like, kill more people. I'm pretty sure he, like, kicked a guy behind a desk once. I guess he, like, stomped on him a couple times. But, like, just, like, if you have a serial killer, you gotta kill, like, I know it's PG-13, but why wasn't there, like, he's a serial killer. He kills people and hides their bodies. Why is he not killing more people? They should have made it rated R. Like, I thought this movie could have been so much better if it was rated R, but they, like, it was such a letdown with the killing. It was, like, so bad. Also, like, another thing about Carnage that I like is that he's not, like, a giant, bulky, like, you know, like, I mean, Carnage, like, in the comics, he's not, like, a giant, bulky symbiote who uses, like, mass strength. Like, he's, like, a really skinny symbiote, you know? Like, Cletus Cassidy's kind of skinny, and then, I don't know, it just kind of worked. But, like, in this movie, like, at the end, he just, like, gets, like, 50 feet taller, and just, like, becomes, like, the size of, like, this church, and I'm like, what? When did this happen? He started to grow, and I'm like, hello? Like, a second ago, he was fighting Venom at his size, like, a little bit bigger than Venom, and now he's, like, the size of a building? Like, what happened? I don't understand. So that was also frustrating, because, like, then it kind of didn't really look like Carnage either. It was, like, he has too many tentacles, too. It didn't work. I did not like his eyes, either. His eyes were weird. I don't know what's going on with them. There was, like, black outlining, and I don't know. It was just weird, and the red wasn't more powerful. I feel like the red should have been more powerful. Like, the saturation should have, like, been boosted up a lot. And that was just, like, it was really weird. And then at the end, he, like, dies, right? So I'm assuming they're gonna, like, bring him back in Spider-Man something. I don't even know when they're gonna bring him back. Or maybe they just won't bring him back because they got, like, toxin because they set that guy up. And that was just so confusing. I just don't know. Like, why can't we have Carnage being, like, an ongoing character? Like, it just kind of, you know, I want to see more of the dynamic between, like, Eddie Brock and Venom and Cletus and Carnage. Like, that would have been, I want more of that, but it was super poorly well done, so I don't want more of this kind of person, but they're not going to, like, reboot the series or anything anytime soon. So it's just, like, a big question mark, and I don't even know. But, like, I just kind of wish this movie didn't happen, and I wish that it was done better. So, I just wish it was just such a letdown. It was so bad. But yeah, I don't even know when he would come back, or if he is going to come back. That's what I just said. Anyway, let's talk about Eddie and Venom, like the main characters, right? I don't know how I feel about Eddie Brock. I don't know about Tom Hardy. I don't know. It worked way more it just worked last movie, the first Venom, because like, you know, it hadn't really been done, and it was like, I don't know, it was just so stupid. Like, it took itself really seriously, but that movie was just like such a big joke that you're just laughing at everything. And but this movie, it was trying really hard to like be kind of stupid funny.
Audiences are eating up the record-breaking #1 movie in Canada.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't miss the global phenomenon being called the most insane film of the year.
Oh, that is kind.
Venom.
And that just didn't really work for me. Like, I didn't think it was very like charming or anything, and it's very weird. Venom also is like super, like, I don't know. He's like around a lot more. Like, he's always talking with this like awful like voice that like does not fit in with the movie at all. And he talks so much now, and he's like a big part. Like, there's like this one scene where he is like, you know, Venom's like actually Venom in his apartment, you know, and he's like huge, and like he's hitting the ceiling and stuff. And like, I don't even know, but like once you put Venom in like a human environment, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about like how Venom actually looks. Like, he was really tall, and I don't know, he just looked really, it was just like off-putting. I guess that's like the only word I could really use to describe that. Yeah. And this plot of this movie was just like so bad. What even was it? It was like Carnage happens, and then Carnage wants revenge on Eddie Brock. That's the entire thing. Carnage, or Cletus, wants revenge on Eddie for not giving him credit in a newspaper? What? I don't even know. Like, what was this movie? And then, okay, remember Shriek I was talking about earlier? Detective Mulligan, this cop guy who's just like in the plot for some reason, is like killed or like shot her eye. I don't know. Shriek is like, well, another thing about Shriek is that she like yells really loud, and that was stupid and just like totally underused. And there's this really funny part at the end where, you know, Venom's like getting stabbed all over and stuff, like there's no blood or anything, and he's like, oh, we have to use sound. And he looks over at Shriek, the person who literally yells the entire time. Like, her one power is that she can yell, right? And they set this up earlier that all the symbiotes don't like it when that happens, when people yell or whatever. So, high frequencies. So Venom's looking at her, and instead of like making her yell, or like trying to like get her on his side, which I thought would happen, he just picks her up and throws her at the bell, and it like ends up killing her too. So he just picks up Shriek and just chucks her at a bell. It's so funny. I'm so confused. Like use a piece of rubble, man. Like, there's like rocks everywhere around you. Why do you gotta like throw a human being? Like, it was so confusing. Like, why would you throw her at a bell? Her power is yelling and like harming you. It was so weird. It's like such a missed opportunity, but also I don't care enough. And it was just kind of it was just a stupid movie. It was really stupid, but I did think it was kind of funny, and for the like sole reason that it had a person named Venom and it had a person named Carnage, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Like, dude, this movie, I was hyped for this movie, but I was pretty let down. It's a pretty bad movie. You do not need to see this unless you like actually want to like laugh at it. But it's weird because it feels like, I'm gonna say the thing I said again, but when you're laughing at it, it doesn't really feel like actual. It feels like there's someone there laughing with you. Like, their intention is for you to laugh when you're watching the movie. You hear a joke that's really bad, but it feels like the people making that joke knew it was going to be bad and wanted you to laugh because it was bad. So then it kind of takes away the funny part. So it just didn't work. One of the good things about it is it had a good fight. That was like the last part. I like that. You know, I'll watch whatever. I'll just watch that fight scene over and over again. But the best character, probably, I would say, in that entire series was this guy, Dan. Yeah. He was definitely underused last movie, and he's a big role in this one, so very important, you know. But you know, 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.
Now you see me standing in the lights, but you never saw my sacrifice or all the nights.
Liquid Tylenol, gelatin, sleep my skeletons melting. we knew